In this video, we're going to discuss the difference between a kilowatt and a kilowatt hour. So let me shock your curiosity. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well and in good spirits. I'm sure you've heard of the term kilowatt and kilowatt hours and wondered, what does that really mean? It's really common to hear that term kilowatt and kilowatt hours in the solar world and think that one is an abbreviation of the other. However, this is not the case. Let me explain. I'm going to break this down into three parts. The first is the fundamental definition of kilowatt and kilowatt hours. Second, we're going to use an analogy that I think will help you understand and remember it. And third, how it pertains or applies when it comes to solar. Kilowatt is a unit of measurement for the rate of power an electrical device or load uses. In our case, the amount of power a solar system can output, like the solar panels, the batteries, or the inverter. Key word is power. 1 kilowatt is 1000 watts. A kilowatt hour is the energy or power consumed or measured by a device over the course of an hour. The variable here is an hour, which represents time. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1000 watt hours. Now this takes us to the second part, which is what I like to refer to as my car analogy. Miles per hour equals kilowatts, and the miles driven by the car is kilowatt hours. Think of kilowatt as the output of speed the car at the time of travel. Say you're driving your car at 65 miles per hour. This will be your output or power used at the time or moment. Think of this as the rate of power. Now if you drove slower, you would be decreasing your power. But if you accelerate, you would increase your power output. Miles per hour shows you how fast you're driving, but it does not tell you how far you've driven. It's just like the rate of speed. Like kilowatt is the rate of power. A car drives 65 miles per hour for 30 seconds is not going to drive nearly as far a distance as a car driving 65 miles per hour for 7 minutes. Now remember, kilowatt hours is energy or power used over a period of time, so kilowatt hours is the equivalent of miles driven. So how do we figure out how many miles traveled over the course or period of time? We take the power and multiply that by time. So if you know we'll be driving at a fixed speed of 65 miles per hour for 4 hours straight, you will have had traveled 260 miles. Now with this concept in mind, let's apply this to a solar energy system. Now looking at a quote, it may be sized in kilowatts and your home's energy consumption and solar generation projected in kilowatt hours. Remember, 1 kilowatt is 1000 watts and 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1000 watt hours. Now let's pull down some figures from that quote that we saw earlier. So the quote had 24 solar panels, each panel rated at 420 watts of output power or speed. So 24 solar panels multiplied by 420 watts equals 10,080 watts. So 10,080 watts of solar power is the same as 10.08 kilowatts. A simple way to remember this is, if you want to find out the kilowatts, divide by 1000. And if you want to find out the watts, multiply by 1000. So in this quote, you have 10.08 kilowatts of available power. And now the duration of time that these solar panels are exposed to sunlight as well as the sun's intensity will determine your total kilowatt hours produced. This is what we refer to as sun hours, a way to measure how much sunlight is available at a specific location on Earth. Your elevation, whether on the roof or on a ground mount system, tilt angle, shading, and where you live all plays a role in factoring the amount of sun hours available in your neck of the woods. So let's say you live in Fort Myers, Florida, where there's an average of 4.5 sun hours daily. So let's take 10.08 kilowatt of solar power, multiply that by 4.5 daily sun hours equals 45.4 kilowatt hours of power. Then you take that and multiply by the average days of sun per year in Fort Myers, Florida, which is 266 days. You get a total of 12,065 kilowatt hours of power per year on average. So now you have an understanding that this solar PV system is rated for 10.08 kilowatts, which can generate 12,065 kilowatt hours of power. Remember, the same principle applies for when you are trying to figure out your energy storage systems or home energy needs. Before I wrap this video up, here I have a customer's electrical bill, and it's going to show an average monthly usage, and then we're going to figure out roughly a year's worth of usage for the power they consume. Now let's break it down so you can see how we can find out how many kilowatts of solar PV is needed to power their home. Here you see we have an average bill. So it goes from September 2023 till August of 2024. So you can see we have to figure out the average usage of their electrical bill. Here you see the actual bill that they receive. So in the lower left hand corner you could see the electrical usage over the last 13 months, and you can see it goes from August of 2023 to August of 2024. You kind of see some breakdown of the days services. So they're billed between roughly 31 to 29 days pay period or bill period. And I think I figured it out. It was 0.11 to 12 cents a kilowatt hour. And you see what they pay on a monthly basis. So that's kind of steep. So I can see why they want to eliminate their electrical bill. To find the total usage for the year, I added up the months from September of 2023 to August of 2024, came up with 27,969 kilowatt hours of usage, then divided that by 365 days, which equals 76.63 kilowatt hours of usage per day. Then based on the sun hours for the state of Tennessee, which is 4.5 hours, we divided 76.63 kilowatt hours by 4.5 sun hours per day and came up with 17.01 kilowatt hours. So they would need a 18 kilowatt solar PV system with batteries in order to basically eliminate their electrical bill. In conclusion, I hope this video has helped you to understand kilowatts and kilowatt hours. Please subscribe, share, and like this video, which helps YouTube's algorithm spread this video to more folks. We also have affiliate links below in the description, so please consider using them, as it will greatly help this channel at no extra cost to you. Until next time, take care.